This is it, the big night. One of these ladies from across the country will be crowned queen, more specifically, Ms. America, Ms. Wheelchair America. Throughout this past week, they've been referred to as contestants, but participants is probably a better word. This is no mere contest, and it's not a beauty pageant, although it could well be. It's more like a festival of fortitude. Debbie Lee Cornegie was diagnosed with muscular dystrophy when she was 16 months old. She's currently a student at the University of Alabama. Patty Kolb lost both her legs above the knee due to an infection. Married with 2 sons, she prides herself in being a busy, stay-at-home mom. Robin Ryerson hails from the state with the highest incidence of multiple sclerosis, and that's what she has. Married, she's a therapist for others with MS. Ileana Cruz was born with spinal muscular atrophy. She's a certified public accountant, and she's been involved with MD telethons most of her life. Sandy Price suffered a spinal cord injury just 7 years ago. She's a student at the University of Georgia and plans to be a television news anchor. Penny Vandewater was born with a form of MD. Currently working on her master's degree, she's a teacher of prisoners, male and female, between the ages of 15 and 80. Terry Cecil Ramsey was injured in an auto accident. She's married, and she hopes to begin graduate school soon. In the meantime, she's a local radio personality. Julie Hope Dennis was a beating victim 13 years ago. Since that time, she's earned a BA. She's a published writer, currently working toward her bar exam. Zeddy McCants was injured in an auto accident 14 years ago. Since then, she's earned degrees in business and occupational therapy and an MA as a pastoral counselor. Sonia Tharp was the victim of an accidental gunshot wound when she was 2. She holds a Bachelor of Science degree and is studying for a BA degree in social work. Susan Cloninger was born with MD. Married with 1 daughter, she also works as office manager for a custom home builder. Her plans? To own her own decorating business. Maureen Holler was born with spinal bifida. She majored in early childhood education. A kindergarten teacher, she hopes to soon open her own nursery school. Elise Power was also born with spinal bifida. She received her BA in English and is now working on her MA in special education. She's currently involved in deaf studies. Liz McCreath was the victim of an auto accident 7 years ago. The mother of 2 children and a model, she's also working toward a BA degree. Carrie Crumwitty was the victim of a falling tree on a holiday outing. Married and the mother of 4, she still has time for motivational speaking engagements. Carrie Pageant was injured in an auto accident 5 years ago. Since that time, she's earned her BA and is now a kindergarten teacher and an Easter Seal peer counselor. Jane Jones suffered a reaction to anesthesia during a routine operation. Because of her disability, she chose to pursue rehabilitation studies. She's currently working toward her MA. Louisa Coughlin became an accident victim 8 years ago. Since then, she studied broadcast journalism, and she's been a television announcer for the Spinal Cord Forum. Kim Ireland, still another auto accident victim, is married with 1 daughter. She's also a barber, with a master's license in her art. She's operated her own shop for 14 years. Ms. Wheelchair America, celebrating its 25th year, was held in Denver this year. And as for Registration Day, well, we must say it was pretty much like any other Registration Day at any other convention. Checking in, signing up, hoping you get a room with a view, and in this instance, hoping it'll be wheelchair friendly. And in this instance, people meeting people from coast to coast, border to border, many of whom will wind up being lifelong friends. Throughout the week, these ladies will be asked a number of questions by the judges. So we thought them some practice with a few questions of our own, such as, what brings you here?
I thought it'd be an adventure and an experience, a great way to meet some new people and learn more about being disabled and other people with disabilities and how to help.
The reason I came is to just meet new people. It's always interesting to talk to other ladies with disabilities and kind of, have somebody to talk to that's going through the same experiences that you are.
I really wanted to come for the experience. I thought I would meet some incredible people, wanted to find out what they were doing in their states, what had been successful, and what hadn't been successful, so that I could take it back to California and implement those things.
Because I am an advocate and spokesperson for persons with disabilities.
As a role model for other women with disabilities, also for other people with disabilities, males included, children, general population.
So I'm also, as well as being Miss Wheelchair Ohio, I am now the new state coordinator to put back together the program for the Miss Wheelchair Ohio and hopefully again have one of the best state pageants as we used to.
I ran across this ad and thought it would be a lot of fun, and the more involved I got in finding out about it, the more I felt that it was a worthy cause to support.
My reason now is, as I bring the title from my state, is to try to get more younger girls involved. Because if there had been a program like this when I was younger, I think it would have helped me a lot through my life.
I thought it would be a way to show and tell others about how it is to live with a disability, and that with a disability it doesn't change a whole lot on who you are, but on how you do your thing.
I've always wanted to help improve attitudes in the general public for people with disabilities, and when I saw information about this program, thought it was a good opportunity for that.
Definitely. I think it's probably one of the best opportunities in the world within the disabled community to be able to reach people and educate the public about people with disabilities.
Being able to be Ms. Wheelchair America and travel the country and do what I've been doing around the state would be fascinating too. So that's what's drawn me here, and I want to educate people.
I'd been speaking for years, but I had no idea the pageant existed. Once I found out about the pageant, I realized it was an opportunity for me to broaden my horizons and to help others.
Every year, the Miss Wheelchair Alabama Board sends their representative to the Miss America, and so I was the winner for 1997. So they sent me.
Mainly that I wanted to make a point to educate people about the abilities of people who are in wheelchairs, that they're really no different than anybody else, that we have all the same abilities, same dreams.
I like to meet new people, and I think this is a good way of getting to meet new people and get to see some places that I've never been before.
I think it's a way to further empower people with disabilities, and I think the Miss Wheelchair America program is a vehicle in which I could pursue those endeavors further.
The reason why I came here to the Miss Wheelchair America is to experience this firsthand and to meet other contestants from the other states and to make the most of this opportunity.
Another of our own custom questions: what's the most important thing to you right now? No, not one of them said winning this pageant.
Right now it'd be Sarah, my daughter, who's almost 3 years old, and my husband, Charlie, and our family.
I get a new kindergarten class this year. I'm just really excited to teach them and get to know each of them and just be the best teacher I can be.
I have 3 things that are most important to my life right now. That's God, my husband, and my children.
I have to say that the love and support of my family and friends.
A passion for the work that I do, and that is one of the important things, but I always put family first. The most important thing in my life right now is my family. I'm newly engaged, and I have a 16-month-old and an 11-year-old. My fiancé has 3 children.
I just started graduate school this past May, and I'm hoping to graduate with my master's in rehabilitation counseling in 2 years.
My mother, my boyfriend, my family, my father, They're very supportive of me and what I do and very caring, and I think that they're the most valuable people and the most valuable thing in my life.
I have a 15-year-old daughter. She's very, very special to me. She is very athletic. She plays basketball. She runs a lot of other sports. And I just kind of live my life through her. She does all the things that I've always wanted to do and not been able to do.
My family is the most important part of my life. I have a husband and 4 boys, and that means 5 boys. And I'm the bus mom, and I'm an at-home mother.
Finishing school, I think, might be that. I have a year to go on my master's, so I am looking forward to finishing that.
The relationships I have with my friends and family, I think. And I think everything's pretty important in my life right now. School, work, my racing career, everything.
My husband right now, and my huge circle of friends, and my family that just arrived to come here and support me from Iowa. My mother, my sister, and my mother-in-law. People are more important to me than anything.
The most important thing in my life is family and helping others. I want the chance to be able to speak to other people about disabilities, show them what life is about besides being disabled, what disabled can mean and what it can do for you.
I underwent some tests not too many years ago and got a re-diagnosis on my life expectancy and all that stuff, so the future's got to be taken care of.
Right now, the most important thing in my life, my family, always will be. I mean, there are other things that I probably spend more time doing, but it doesn't take the place of my family. I would always choose them over anything.
Work is also a very important thing to me. I think I have a very strong work ethic. I love my job as a teacher, and I can't imagine not doing that.
My family is the most important thing in my life. I feel that they have been an excellent support group. They have not only been mother, father, brother, cousins, they've been friends.
The most important thing in my life right now is my family.
Our third and final question, what's your #1 pet peeve as a wheelchair user?
I think my biggest pet peeve right now is having others dictate what my life should be like based on what they're willing to work with me on, as opposed to me being able to live my life the fullest.
The inconvenience of having a narrow bathroom, but it's that. Places that say that they are wheelchair accessible or barrier-free, and they're not. When I am out with friends and family, mostly my fiancé, and people tend to come to him and ask him questions that they should be asking myself, and they ask him, how's she doing?
When I'm with another person, whether it be a friend, companion, or whoever, and if I'm buying something or ordering something, for that person to address that other person as if I weren't able to speak for myself.
Ignorant people sort of are very irritating. It's not, they find that the value of walking is so high and the value of a person isn't tied into that.
My first pet peeve is curbs and having to go 100 yards out of the way to find a curb cut. My second pet peeve is ramps that are too steep.
I suppose when people park in handicap spots and they have no handicap sticker, that kind of bothers me. And there's been times when I've had to park